you need to hear who the dark horse is for NASCAR's 2022 Cup Series Championship. However, you may not like the answer, and it may be a bit controversial. Now, before I reveal who I believe is the dark horse winner for the Cup, I just want to talk about how we all knew the favorites going into this year's playoffs, like Chase Elliot, the easy favorite to win the Cup. He's racked up 5 wins this season, easily the hottest driver, already won a Cup championship a couple years ago in 2020, no need to explain him. Kyle Larson, same thing, defending Cup Series champion, tallied up 10 wins last season, finished right behind his Hendrick teammate Elliott. You can almost guarantee he will be there for the Final Four. Ross Chastain has had a surprisingly good breakout season, with 2 wins and 10 top 5s. Fairly consistent, even with all the baggage he brought on himself, whether it was his fault or not. Now, you may argue it may cost him the playoffs, making enemies, but he still remains a favorite in this year's playoffs for sure. Now, clearly there are racers like these 3 who you almost automatically count in the top 4, having found success in finishing in the highest in the standings this season. On the other hand, there are names who many NASCAR fans seem to brush off easily, whether it's because they have had inconsistent, unreliable seasons, or they could just straight up hate the drivers, and you may be one of them. Now, there could be multiple dark horse picks, right, to win the Cup Series championship, as there are multiple underdogs within the field. But this is a racer who I believe has been written off frequently by fans in the media, and it's someone who I think is the dark horse to win it all, and you may not like the answer again, so brace yourselves. The number 1 dark horse threat to the 2022 Cup Series championship is Denny Hamlin. Now, I know many of you are probably cringing at the thought of Hamlin winning a championship, which is essentially the only thing he hasn't done yet on his resume, and I realize he's a very polarizing race car driver in personality. You may even be typing in the comments already saying something like, "No way Denny wins, you're an idiot," but just look, hear me out. Hamlin ended last season with a heart-wrenching loss at Phoenix after competing all regular season long with Kyle Larson for the regular season championship, so he was very consistent and found a lot of success last season in finishing within the top 10. He was always around the checkered flag and only won a couple of races, and both came in the playoffs. I mean, after the loss, we weren't even 100% sure he was going to return to NASCAR racing for the 2022 season, but he kind of left that up in the air for a little while. But obviously he came back, but I did not feel good about him going into the season, and my feelings became true after he had a rough start to the season, to say the least. I mean, Hamlin wasn't even he was hanging around like the 20s in the regular season standings for the longest time, and it was looking pretty gloomy for him up until that win at Richmond, which he desperately needed just to get into the playoffs, because at that point it was getting a little scary for him getting into the playoffs on points. I mean, he may not have even made it, honestly, like it was that bad. But then he overall had a very inconsistent up and down season, consisting of 5 DNFs, an average finish of about 18 versus his average finish of just 8 the season before. I mean, we're talking a whole 10 spot difference, which is so huge. But also just 6 top 5s versus the 19 he had the previous season, which is another huge difference. And he and his 11 team also struggled badly with unnecessary and just straight up ugly and costly penalties on pit road, in which I'm pretty sure he led the whole garage. He also finished around middle of the pack in regular season standings, which isn't completely horrible considering how rough the season went for him in the beginning, but really bad for his standards and for what he accomplished last season. However, 2 wins at Richmond and Charlotte, another win of course stripped from him at Pocono, where he also won one of 3 poles he won all season, as well as 3 stage wins, all put him comfortably in the playoff standings, finishing 6th among the rest of the field. And as we know from Sunday night's race at Darlington for the Southern 500, Hamlin came so close to victory lane after tagging right behind Eric Jones, which also congratulations to him. That was pretty cool to see him get it done for that classic 43 and Richard Petty. Also, I'll just mention how 0 analysts during the pre-race show had picked Hamlin to win, and I believe there were 8 of them. But I'm just trying to be as unbiased as I can be, because I genuinely do not hate a single driver in the field, and enjoy and appreciate watching each driver compete for how they are and what they bring to the track. But I'm just going by my gut, and my gut's telling me this may finally be the year for Denny Hamlin and his empty win column in the championship department. And I know we say that every year, but Denny found success in the past and has won at every track remaining in the playoff schedule other than Charlotte Road Course. But next weekend's race at Kansas Speedway, Denny has won 3 times in his career, most recently coming in 2020, and he looks to return to victory lane yet again for his 4th career win at Kansas. Again, this is just kind of a gut feeling for me here. I could see this coming, and things feel like they're trending in the right direction for Denny. I don't know. It's just a complete gut feeling. Anyway, that's all I got for this one. Comment and let me know what you guys think of this. You can let out your true feelings on Denny Hamlin potentially winning the Cup and whether he's a legit threat to the Cup or not. And let me know if you'd like me to make another video on another racer who I believe is a good fit for a dark horse to win the Cup this season, and one you may agree with, and one you may like to hear more than Denny Hamlin. But as always, be sure to like the video if you enjoyed. It really helps out a lot, so I'd appreciate that. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet, so stick around if you'd like to talk more things NASCAR, and that would be greatly appreciated. See you in the next one, everyone. Have a great day.